Hey, how's it going, everybody? Mike Weber here, your Los Angeles real estate broker. Here with your real estate market update for the beginning of July 2020. Hope everybody had a safe and wonderful 4th of July. Let's talk about the real estate market. What's happening out there? So we are definitely seeing things pick up a little bit compared to a couple of months ago. Sales overall are still pretty dismal, pretty low. But as I suspected a couple months ago, inventory is really starting to pick up. Now prices are holding steady for the most part, but I am seeing a lot of price reductions out there. It is less common to get these multiple offer situations or extreme bidding wars. So it's going to be interesting these next few months as inventory now is starting to grow to see what happens to prices, to see if there's going to be any weakness in prices. Obviously, interest rates are down again at new historic lows. In some cases, under 3%, depending on the type of the loan, which is certainly stimulating the market substantially. Also, you have all kinds of government intervention, like forbearance programs on government-backed loans that are preventing inventory that would otherwise be coming on the market from going on the market. You've had a halt on evictions, which I believe was extended. So obviously it's going to be hard to sell investment property if you have tenants in there that are not paying their rent that you can evict. So a lot of things are kind of on hold right now, but we are seeing some changes in the markets in general. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll take a look at Los Angeles County as a whole, and then we'll look at the South Bay Beach Cities area as well. And if these videos are useful or helpful, do me a favor, go ahead and click the like or subscribe button. And of course, if I can help you with anything real estate related anywhere in greater Los Angeles, don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd certainly be happy to help you. So getting started, we'll look at Los Angeles County. We'll take a look at median prices, and they are up 3.2% year over year. I mean, if you look at it, it's relatively flat for the last year overall, right? So we haven't really seen any sort of upward progress or momentum. It's slightly higher than it was a year ago by 3.2%, which obviously is still a substantial amount. But we were used to seeing crazy, growth, 10% a year for the last, several years, and now things have kind of flattened out a little bit when it comes to median prices. Now, if we take a look at inventory, we are seeing that inventory is really starting to rise. We're down now only 11.4% compared to a year ago, and that's definitely a substantial increase. So, when the coronavirus hit and when we were in lockdown, obviously a lot of sellers were not putting their properties on the market. Now we are seeing a lot more inventory hit the market, and so now we're down just 11.4% compared to a year ago, which means there's a lot more inventory out there, a lot more options for buyers to choose from. And then when we look at sales, we see that sales are really not doing too well compared to the amount of inventory. Now, that might be because there is a lag as the new inventory comes on the market. Sales are obviously going to lag that new inventory because it takes 30, 45, 60 days before those new listings end up getting sold. So it's hard to tell at this point since we had such little inventory and such little sales for quite a while. But the next few months will tell us whether or not this new inventory will be absorbed at current prices in the market by buyers looking for a home. So if we look in Los Angeles County, we drive down once again, we see that closed sales are down 25.6%. So we're still way off on closed sales, particularly for this time of year, peak selling season. And so this is what'll be interesting. If this number stays low, if we never get up to kind of the normal sort of expected volume of sales that we would expect for this time of year, that means there's probably going to be a lot more inventory that just kind of sits on the market that doesn't sell. And of course, if sellers really want to get those properties sold, the less desirable ones, the ones that maybe need more work, etc., they're obviously going to have to take price reductions to incentivize buyers to actually purchase those homes. Now, if we take a look at the South Bay, we see that median prices are just up 0.3%, so very little movement there. Again, you see the same trend since 2015. I mean, we were really, really rising. The market was on fire. And in the last year, it's really been kind of flat overall in terms of median prices. If we look at the supply of inventory, big growth in inventory. All of that, pent up inventory during the coronavirus lockdown is getting put on the market now. Now we're really only off last year by 10%, roughly. So definitely getting up there in inventory pretty quickly. And then if we go down and we look at closed sales, again, we are off pretty substantially, but not as bad as we were there for a while, by 15.2%. Certainly not seeing an explosion of closed sales or anything like that. And definitely off overall, because a lot of the previous months were significantly lower than other points that we would typically get during the year. So the number of total closed sales for the year is probably off substantially compared to last year or the last couple of years before that. But that being said, we are seeing some movement in the market, a lot more inventories going on the market. These super low interest rates are certainly motivating buyers to get out there and get a loan. So not a ton of change this time around. Probably going to take some more time to see how things play out with the economy, the coronavirus, and everything that's happening, new lockdowns, all this stuff that's happening very quickly. But at least for now, things are happening. Market is moving. Prices are somewhat stable. Inventory is growing, and still sales are certainly off compared to what we're used to. So I hope you found this video useful. Again, if I can help you with anything, give me a shout. Thanks so much, and we will see you next month.